All right. Good morning. Good morning. Let me get this out real quick. All right. Sweet. All right. Greg, good morning, man. How are you? Let me make sure this is up. All right. This should be good. Yeah, we should be good. Perfect. All right. Let me get into Thinkorswim real quick also. Perfect. Zach, good morning, man. How are you? Massimo, good morning. How you doing, man? My camera is a little bit up for some reason. There we go. All right, sweet. Benjamin, good morning, man. How you doing? Let me put this here. How are you, man? Okay, there we go. Now I'm actually kind of centered. I was way off. All right, so a little bit of a gap up this morning. Not bad, not bad. Ryan, good morning. Matthew, good morning. Hope all's well with you as well, man. Hope all is well with you as well. Hope all is well with you too. I'll say that instead because that sounds better. Spine Q's gapping up. Spine probably not going to do anything off of that. Q's you could. It's not a huge gap up. That's the problem. IWM, little bit of a 1 hour supply there. I don't love. I was thinking maybe some TLM, but I think that's going to be, yeah. I mean, it still leaves us with a little bit of room. We got good acceptance. We'll keep an eye on it. I probably won't end up taking that, but let's see. I got kind of that gap fill in reverse. That could be something. Excuse me. Amazon gaps up. Nice. 232. We are. Looks like we just went a little below that demand there. It's a little below. We did break the next high with the gap up. Be a cool little play. Let's keep an eye on it. I don't mind that. Apple, very choppy yesterday. Very, very choppy. Yeah, probably nothing here. Obviously don't want to short it. So probably nothing. AMD gaps right back up to 262. What a stock this is. Didn't quite hit demand. Again, not going to short it. So TLM's out of the realm of possibility. Hood. I guess if Hood moved up, has TLM potential, but I don't love that drop at the end of the day. Not a huge fan. We'll keep an eye on it, see what it does. Nvidia's up 208. Wow, 208. That is insane. What a freaking company, man. What a company. That's crazy. Got Meta. And it's got a little bit of supply in the way. Also has earnings this week, so their contracts are going to be very, very expensive. Same thing with Microsoft. The only real play here would probably be a short. And again, I don't really want to short any of this stuff. Goog. Maybe a little bit of demand here. Kind of like the 45 more than anything. Maybe the 1 hour. Didn't quite hit it. Just keep an eye on this. TSM, another gap up. I mean, this stock, man, every day just gaps up. It's incredible. Oracle, what do we got? Maybe a little 30-minute supply there. Pretty bearish recently after that huge gap up it had. Could look for a rejection off that. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of shorting currently. MU gaps up as well. Between MU and TSM, man, I swear you could have just, like, a couple weeks ago, you could just bought calls and just let them ride and you'd be up so big. Tesla. Really good reaction off demand yesterday. Unfortunately, would have needed quite the pullback. We just didn't get it. As for today, though, looks like we're gapping up into supply. The way Tesla's been going, I doubt that supply holds. Yeah, I doubt that holds. I like that 45 actually a little better. Kind of encapsulates that whole move. Problem is, if we break above supply, we probably won't come down to like gap fill. But if we don't break above supply, then we're technically rejecting that supply and would look for shorts, which I don't really love. It's kind of in the middle of two biases. That would be a tough one. Coin looks like we're bouncing off demand here. Don't really have a great opportunity to get in. There's no real high here. Maybe you could look at one of those highs. Do have a little bit of supply here, a little bit of supply here. It's probably just not something I'm super interested in, but what I will do is draw this out to keep it in mind. Again, I don't think I'm going to trade that today, but we'll watch it. Chucky, good morning. Ted, good morning. How are you, man? AVGO, a little bit of demand there. On the 30-minute, we tapped that last night. Could look for a push up off of that. Don't mind it. Roblox, what do we have? Just missed out on a supply. Could definitely end up looking for opportunity, especially off of that supply up there. A nice 2 hour. If we get on a lower time frame, break that low, nice little retrace. That If you're looking at a short, that could be good. Uber, I don't like this price action that much. Probably stay away from that. SoFi's opening kind of same place. Him's opening lower. Shop, not going to have anything. And nothing really. Maybe bounce off the gap and move up. That'd be about the only play here. Just not that big of a gap. Yeah. It's not that much of a gap up. Tyrone, good morning, man. How are you? Visa moves down. Decent amount. Don't love that. Walmart really doesn't have another demand until about 102. Nothing I like there. Boeing TLM could definitely be in play here. Doesn't give us a ton of space to go up. I don't know about that. Not a huge fan. We'll keep an eye on it though. Again, today's Fed day, so we got FOMC today. Kind of expect a lot of things to be choppy, so I'm not super keen on everything today. Get this out. Put the watch list out for people. All right. Sweet. Yeah, 2 p.m. That's when it'll start, I believe. I think the actual press conference starts at 2:30. But yeah, anytime around there should get pretty interesting to say the least. Kind of really like Amazon today. Like that move it got. We just need a retrace. Just need the retrace. Huh. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this stuff. I like it. Just go through, make sure I didn't miss anything. Spy nothing. Again, maybe Q's just off of the straight gap fill. This is a pretty decent gap we created. Dollar move. Could look for something like that. I'm not too interested in it. I feel like it moved down a little bit. If it does push down, this could actually present a pretty decent TLM opportunity. Let's keep an eye on that. Yeah, AMD's not going to have anything. NVIDIA is obviously not going to have anything. Meta contract's going to be through the roof. Same thing with Microsoft. So don't really want to trade those. That's a gap up. It's a short. Don't really love it. That's another gap up. Tesla, again, is just kind of going to be stuck between two biases there. Uber, I still just don't really I don't really like it. Drop at the end of the day makes me a little hesitant on that. A lot of this other stuff, it's only going to end up being about 40-cent gap. Just don't know if that's enough for me to really care. It's the only thing. I guess what I'll do is I'll draw this out. We'll see if that bounces off at some point. This is going to be too low. Walmart's not going to have demand. Mara, I'm not very interested in. Netflix, decent setup for like a TLM long, but it's been pretty bearish recently, as you could see. So probably stay away from longs on that. Not going to be something I'm too interested in. Oh yeah, I think we have a app, or what Apple does it like it a little more than IWM. We're actually looking at Amazon. At the close yesterday, and that gap up breaks for just a pullback off of it. That is all I'm looking for. Let's move in today. All right. But yeah, like I said, I actually like this a lot. Just about, are we going to come back down? We probably need that 230.50 to 231 area for a retrace. I would like it to hold above the high for at least a little bit, but yeah, I do like that. I do like that. What's everyone else watching? If you got anything on their watch list I haven't looked at, or even something I did look at, but I'm just not watching, let me know. Always curious to see what you guys are watching. Hood might actually open high enough today. It'd be good. I almost kind of want to draw Goog on a different time frame, but I'll keep it there. I know you're a fan of Hims. Curious to hear your thoughts, expectations on upcoming earnings. I mean, my expectations are for them to have a double beat. I think right now with Hims, I think people got very much caught up in like the volatility of it and how fast it went up and then came back down and then went up again, and people made all this money. But you have to look at Hims in kind of a different eye, because it wasn't something that just steadily grew stock wise. It obviously had its spikes and kind of pushes down. But if you look at it, I mean, start of 2025, right? We were $24 a share, right? So it's based on where it's at right now, it's 100% gain on the year, right? And I think a lot of people kind of forget about that. For me, I was someone who I was buying Hims at, $12 to $15 a share, sold it at, 60 to 65, and then bought back in as it came down back to 25. So, even where it's at now, I'm still close to doubling my money for a second time on Hims this year. So I'm not really concerned about the short-term stuff. But yeah, with earnings, I mean, I expect them to do really good. They do enough marketing to be good. I'll tell you that much. So if they're not good, maybe they need to stop pumping so much money into marketing. Me's looking at NVIDIA. I'm curious, what are you looking at NVIDIA? Obviously, it's going to open at all-time highs, about a $5 jump. So I'm curious what you're looking for. NVIDIA, I almost did it. I don't know if you guys remember the Hood Summit that happened like a few months ago. There's just certain companies out there that whenever they do things like that, like events, I just know that's going to be good for their brand. And for the Robinhood Summit, I ended up just buying calls like right before market close that day, and just let them ride out. And I made I think like $2,000 that night off of Hood calls. And I was so close to doing it with NVIDIA because I saw some flow come out that people were buying a lot of NVIDIA calls. And I was so close to doing it. And for some reason, I just didn't. I don't know why, but it would have made a lot of money. Totally fumbled that one. Amazon, PayPal. Okay, I'm looking at Amazon. You're looking at PayPal as well. Probably coming down to demand, I would assume. Yeah, if you get down there, I don't mind it. Great Trades Futures. Fair enough, man. Watching EOS and Riven. EOS and Riven. Let's see. More bullish, it looks like, than anything. So you probably want to look for longs. Maybe a little 15-minute demand there. Could bounce off of. I don't mind it. And they got some more demand here created. Yeah, both of them could be good. Why do I have UNH down here? UNH had really good earnings, didn't it? Yeah, and it came right down and filled the gap, as they do. Morning, John. How are you, man? How are you doing? John, Amazon, man. I'm telling you. I am telling you. Those, I kind of, dude, Amazon's one of those ones, dude, I like. You ever put, like, I don't know how many people here do, like, longer term options, but, like, I put so much money into Amazon when it was so cheap. And, I mean, a lot of it's already paying off, but it's one of those things where, like, you're kind of expecting a huge pump and it comes a little later than you think. And now I just feel like I wake up every day wondering if the pump is real and it's going to keep going, or if I just got faked out. But hopefully it's real, man. Plus Amazon going to the end of the year, like, go look at history, man. Matt, good morning, dude. Did you see the what I tagged you in on Slack with the Caterpillar NVIDIA thing? I don't know what I ended up doing the rest of the day. Okay, I ended up going right back down to where it kind of was, which is a little unfortunate. Where is it? Okay, well, not today. Never mind. 5:56 today. Yeah. Quite big news. I don't know if you saw that, Matt. But I was watching the NVIDIA event and I saw Caterpillar pop up and I instantly was like, oh, that is that's got Matt's name written all over it. I think it's interesting that Walmart's going opposite direction of Amazon. Yeah, it is. I'm surprised it's dropping, honestly. But hey, stock market's random, dude. Amazon also has the tech kind of over them. Amazon's got its little tentacles everywhere. So cat data centers, yes. It's exciting, man. It's exciting if you're an NVIDIA investor, dude. I don't know how many people in here are NVIDIA investors, but as someone who's bought and sold NVIDIA for a couple of years now, I've sold it when it's gone up. I buy it when it dips, all that stuff. Man, I love buying NVIDIA. Every day I wake up wishing I could buy more NVIDIA. But then that turned into now I want to buy more Amazon. Now I want to buy more Nebius. Like there's too many good companies out there, man. Lewis, good morning, man. Amazon just opened a massive data center in Indianapolis today. Did they? Sweet. I think I heard about that. I hope I heard about that. I'm pretty sure I did. Arius, good morning. How are you? How are you doing? Okay, Apple's opening. It's just so much higher than it was supposed to. So TLM wise, probably not the best because obviously I don't really want to short it. AVGO's opening higher. I kind of like AVGO. I don't love the demand, to be honest, but I like the movement if it keeps going. Hood's opening a little higher. That could be good. Okay, so everything got a little bit of a push just before market open. What the heck? Wow. Okay. Supply up here as well. Yeah, I wonder if that had anything to do with it. Okay, well, that's coming off. Do not care too much about that. I just don't know if that's enough of a gap up for me on shop. Do not know. Yeah, Apple TLM is kind of dead. I don't think there's going to be anything else there. WM pushes down a little bit. Yeah, Amazon's up nice. Hopefully we can maintain that. Wow, AVGO. Holy. Wasn't expecting that. NVIDIA is officially the world's first 5 trillion company. That's crazy, man. 5 trillion. Wow. Gotta hand it to him. Got to hand it to him. Yeah, Hood, I just don't know if there's really anything there. Goog pushes up a good amount as well. No real supply to be worried about. Could be a nice little move. Not Hood, Google. PLTR pushes up. It doesn't hit demand though. Yeah, we just don't really have anything because it didn't hit demand. Amazon's coming down a little bit. I wish it stayed above that high for a little longer. I don't like that it didn't. But luckily our gap fill is right here, 230, 36. That's kind of the same area as our normal retrace would be. Yeah, a little below it. So I could do something like this and just see if we get that reaction we're looking for. Okay. On the way back up. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Keep an eye. Massive, yeah. Yeah, dropping like a rock earnings. Oh, they have earnings today? Or they have in pre-market? I don't keep up with Boeing, man. I can't be asked. That company drives me crazy. AVGO, I assume that hit. It's all-time highs, right? Yeah. So I'd really be looking for something more like that, to be honest. Cedric, how are you, man? Hope all is well. That is not what I need for that. Okay, that's more like it. Yeah, Goog is flying. Wow. Yeah, so we definitely want to see at least a little bit of rejection there. Goog, if it retraces, is very tempting. I don't know if I would really want to look for that. What does that give us? 1.29. Probably look for more something like this. I like that a little more. AVGO looks like it just misses that retrace. See if Amazon hits that. What's IWM doing? Chilling. Yeah, PLTR, not quite doing what we would need. Pretty big rejection off the supply. Again, I'm not going to short hood. It's way too bullish, but definitely rejected supply. Coin, interesting. Roblox, I'm not super into. Put that there. AVGO, why didn't you just hit my retrace? Roku dropped hard. I don't trade Roku, man. Some of my least fun trades ever have been on Roku. John knows that. John knows I'm not a Roku guy. Yeah, Hood's dropping hard. I swear, if Hood was bearish, man, this would be a good setup. Right off that supply. Right to the downside, look for a short. But I can't bring myself to short Hood. I just can't. It might work. I just can't do it. It goes against everything. Coin might actually maintain that 211, bro. Oh my god, Amazon is the greatest company in the world, bro. 211 is crazy. Because Nvidia was 177 like a week ago. It was 177. That's insane. That's what, like, God, I'm so bad with percentages. 177 to 210 in a week. That's what, like 15% a week? Something like that. My percentages are probably way off, but it's got to be around there. Yeah, AVGO just misses that retrace we're looking for. That is unfortunate. Google and Amazon still possibility. 20%, yeah. That's crazy. In a week, dude. In a freaking week. Insane. Imagine if my dumbass actually bought the calls I wanted to. God, I would have been chilling. Would have been chilling. All right, Goo coming back down. See what this could do. Oh, geez. There we go. Let's see. Oh, Goog's got earnings this week, don't they? Do they have earnings this week? Yeah. That's why. Forgot they had it as well. Everyone has earnings this week. Everything's so expensive. Totally forgot. Of course, the one thing that doesn't is the one that I actually wanted the most and didn't get. Would have worked out too already. That's crazy. Let me see. Yeah. What is that? Goog comes down to that retrace. See what that does. So like that. Not bad at all. And then we're looking for 271.35. All right, sweet. Let's see what we can cook up with that. Amazon, I just don't like that Amazon didn't hold that high for very long. It's my only kind of downside to that. We don't really need to look at AVGO. Could look forward on like that second retrace to go up higher, but again, we don't really break the high well. So I will probably not worry about that too much. IWM is just not really doing it all what we would have needed it to. So on Qs are staying up well. Apple ripped. Apple 271 today. Wow. Wow. I'm curious, does anyone have that feeling yet of like surely we can't go higher? Does anyone have that feeling? And personally, I don't. I think we can go higher, especially if we get like rate cuts today. But I'm curious if there's got to be people out there that are like, this has to stop at some point, right? Alex says, yeah. Tyrone says since July. I mean, fair enough, man. Fair enough. I mean, we got a couple corrections since then. Obviously, nothing major, but a couple corrections. Hopefully, Amazon can hold that high well, or that demand well. That would be big. We will have to see. Yeah, a lot of things are kind of coin fell all the way down. Wow. This come off supply? It did. A little bit of a 30-minute there. Coming into a demand right now, though. Not super interested in that anymore. Some of these things looking a little weak, which I don't like. I don't like that much. Really like this move on Goog, though. I'm a fan. Just keep buying. Not worried if it's going up or down. Hey, man, respect to that. And I will follow you on that journey. Trust me. Yeah. I just bought, like this week alone, just in these 2 days, I bought Nebius, I bought NVIDIA shares, I bought Amazon shares. Like, I'm still buying stuff. Just looking at SPY daily chart. Dude, I know. It's actually crazy, right? Like, just taking a look at this. Like, April. I remember the sheer panic in April we had on the weekly, but This year panic in April, and now just even looking at the weekly, it's just crazy, man. Absolutely insane. Walmart got a nice bounce. Did it? Oh wow, really nice bounce actually. Probably just tapped that higher time frame demand. Yeah, really good bounce, especially if you get above like this high, this 103.82 high. It's really nice. Now you don't even have to really get above that. You can just kind of get above this 103.65. What's shop end up doing? Yeah, that's why I don't like those really close kind of demands there, where the gap is not that big. And hood. Off day for the hood investors. Jeez. Jeez. TSM ripped. Of course it did. Why wouldn't it have? Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, I gapped up. Do you take Google? I did. Yeah. PLTR back. So, dude, PLTR pisses me off so much, man. Every time, like, I just look at PLTR and I'm like, it's too expensive, right? Like, surely it comes down. I'll find a good buying opportunity, right? Like even down here, like 170, I was like, we've already hit this 3 times. Like, maybe we'll come back down to 165, 160. That'll be a good time to buy. And every time I say that, some shit comes out that just pushes this thing up. It's crazy. I've come to the realization I will just never be a PLTR owner. I won't. Because I always look at it and think it's too expensive and then it flies. It's too expensive and then it flies every time. So I'll just never own it. Because I'll probably keep saying that for the rest of my life. It's too expensive. And then it'll just keep going. Us Carver's on Elon level of mad scientists. Yeah. Dude, I mean, that's the thing. I think one thing a lot of people overlook when it comes to like investing in certain companies is the CEO. CEOs can carry a company. Like, if they're just like innovative and optimistic about things, people love them. But yeah, he's an absolute G. That's why I want to be a PLTR shareholder. I would love to. But every time I go to buy it, I'm just like, it's too expensive right now. Surely it drops at some point. It just never does. But Alec, I will say, and there's probably a lot of people in this live that don't know this. I remember like all the way back here, like PLTR even under 100, like back in this time when we were at the 60s, and you were coming into the lives and DMing me and saying, dude, you got to buy PLTR, like it's a great company, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, I'll buy it. And I never did, man. I never did. Even on the drops, I never did. I thought it was too expensive. And then every time it rips, and it all the way up to 190 now. It's incredible. I mean, Alec, you have to be so up on that investment. Like, that has to be because you were in super early. That has to be like a multiple 100% type of gain you have on that. Because I know you were in PLTR way early. This will be a test of will that pivot 278 hold, or will Goog break above it? Yeah. These next few candles on the 5-minute are really key to this move. I love, I'm a sucker though for a double bottom inside demand. I love a double bottom in demand. It's one of my favorite things. So this is my kind of setup. Average cost around 19, dude. Are you still buying? Like, was there a point where you just stopped buying and just kind of let it continue riding? Or are you still buying it? I imagine with an average cost of 19, you're probably not continuing to buy, because I assume that would push your cost or your average cost up a decent amount. Unless you just bought like a shit ton of shares at 19. Waiting for Uber for double bottom. Does Uber have double bottom potential? Kind of does. Yeah, but this demand already got hit. That's the problem. Like, that was a while ago, right? This was Monday. It got hit 3 days ago. I don't really like that. I like a double bottom like Goog, where it's kind of within that same sort of time frame, like a really close double bottom. For me, that shows buyer stepping in at that point and show strength in that reversal. And ultimately, that's what I love to see. Exactly what I love to see. Hey, who saw SoFi with a double beat yesterday, by the way? And the stock just didn't go up at all. Anyone see that? Guess who had calls? Me. Guess who lost money on calls? Me. Absolute idiot. 19 average in PLTR. Yeah, Alex been in that for so long, man. I'm telling you, he was telling me to buy it like a year ago. I was like, nah, too expensive. $65 a share is too expensive. Not adding too concentrated, whatever. I totally agree with that. Yeah. Yeah. Same on SoFi. Yeah. It was, dude. I thought that thing was going to rip after we double beat. It just didn't do anything. It was very sad. Very unfortunate. But can't win them all. That's why earnings plays are stupid. Very, very stupid. Luckily, I didn't lose that much money, though. I just kind of lottoed it. It was a very small amount of money I put into it. Because ultimately, I love SoFi as a company. Hate their CEO. Anthony Noto, can't stand him. He's the most pessimistic guy on the planet. But still a good company. Hopefully Amazon can hold this area. If not, that gets scary. Scary hours if you don't have that. You have SoFi, Gabe was hood. We all have winners, yeah. Yeah, except my winner didn't go to fucking $190. My winner went from like $5 to 31, whatever my average cost on SoFi is now. Which I guess, like, in the realm of things, percentage wise, it's not. Well, no, it's definitely that. It's definitely because SoFi is like I started buying at 5. It's at 30, so it's like a 600% gain. PLTR at, let's say, 20. No, you gotta be up. You have to be up more than 600% at 20. And Gabe's been in hood for a long time. Gabe, I don't even know what Gabe has hood at. I don't even know if he's in here, but I don't even know what Gabe's average cost is on hood. I think he's been buying as it's gone up though, so his average cost is probably a little skewed. But Gabe was in it really early. That was another one where I was like, $70 is too expensive for hood, and then I ended up buying hood at $100, which is still, still a great investment, still 50% on it, but I need to listen to my friends, man. While the Microsoft's selling off, almost tech is rallying. Is it? Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, I know I had this supply here, right? That's what I was saying. Like, I don't want to. I wouldn't really necessarily short Microsoft, but it did look like it wanted to push lower. Honestly, though, dude, like, this could be a nice little dip to get into because Microsoft's crazy, man. This is another great company. Is that today? Is that today after hours? Yes, today after hours. Jeez. Yeah, it's crazy. Too bad their contracts are probably like fucking $4,000. How much is a Microsoft contract for like next week expiry? Actually, not bad. $1,500 or so. Not bad at all. I mean, still absolutely expensive, but not the worst. Up 750% last time I checked. That's insane, dude. Props to you, man. That's sick. Props to you for holding through that. I gotta be honest. That's the craziest part. But listen, if you really believe in a company and they're doing good things, and like PLTR dude is constantly innovating and partnering with people and doing things. When that dude yesterday when I was watching that video event and this fucking guy says, you know, some compliment and all of a sudden it's like Palantir. I was like, oh, if Alec's watching this, he is yelling at the top of his lungs in excitement. And it actually surprisingly didn't do as much to the stock yesterday as I thought it would. But obviously today, I mean, you're kind of reaping the benefits there. Okay, Goog is like, what are we doing here? I mean, I like the rejection, but let's get a move on. I don't know if Amazon's gonna hold that area. Wow, Hood goes all the way back up. Wow, that's why you don't short bullish stocks, man. It's just a bad idea. Wow, and Microsoft is really selling off like heavy. Do people know something that we don't? That's the question I always ask. Are they gonna fumble their earnings or what? There you go, Goog. There you go. There you go. Now just keep that up. Keep that up. Yeah, I think Google will probably be the only thing I end up messing with today. I don't really like any other opportunities, to be honest. I really don't. Yeah. Man, Boeing sold off so hard. Holy. Walmart, good bounce. Netflix still looking pretty bearish. I have a hunch on Microsoft on the way to becoming IBM Tech. Definitely could be. Microsoft's been... There's no way they have bad earnings. No way they go down after earnings. Now, am I willing to put $1,500 where my mouth is? Maybe not. But no way they go down. That would just seem silly to me. After all they've been doing this past couple months, I just don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. But as a wise man once said, buy the dip, you know? Buy the freaking dip. Amazon today at all. It went all the way back. PLTR shareholders are screaming. Almost at 200. That's actually insane. Every time I look at this freaking company, it's insane. Be watching how they're keeping up with AI transformation and tech. Yeah. Microsoft's one of those companies that, like, I don't know why I never invested in them. I don't know if it was like the price of the shares kind of threw me off. I don't know what it was. If I just thought other opportunities were better. But I've never, not once in my life have I ever invested in Microsoft. I don't know why. I invested in so many things. So many tech companies. Never Microsoft. It would just be a price thing. Who knows? yeah, I guess we'll just let Goog rock. I mean, I don't, like I said, this is probably the only play I'll take today. I don't really like anything else. So I'll probably just let it rock. And yeah, big day today for earnings. We have a lot of things today. If I can get back here, Microsoft, Google, Meta today, Caterpillar, speaking of devils today, Boeing's today, Samsung's today, and then tomorrow, big day for me personally, Apple and Amazon earnings. We will be there. I will be all over those earnings. Trust me on that. Hi, bud. My dog came to say hi. Yeah. How's Zach doing? It's been a minute since we heard from him. He's doing good, man. He is. I talk to Zach quite often. Yeah. He's kind of switched his responsibilities around. So he's doing a lot more with the back end stuff. So probably why I haven't heard from him in a while. But he's always still on Slack. If you ever miss him too much, you can always message him. But he's good. Hey, can you stop? Thank you. Yeah. I guess we will ooh, Amazon breaks that. Ooh. I don't like that. Little 2-hour demand down here. Could keep this up. But I don't love that. That's no fun. That is no fun at all. Yeah, we'll let Google ride, see where it goes from here. And yeah, hopefully we will. Where's my 1-to-1 in this area? Right around there. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, we'll let it ride. Hopefully we can pump into earnings. Hopefully everyone's very optimistic and we don't pull Microsoft and just dive bomb. What's Meta doing today? Same kind of thing. It's just really surprising. Apple's having one hell of a day too. Really surprising that those are going down pretty hard. But what are you gonna do? So yeah, let Google ride out. Only play the day. See what earnings do today. We might wake up tomorrow and Google might be a $280 stock, right? Microsoft might be a $560 stock. Meta might be an $800 stock. Should be an interesting day tomorrow. And then we'll go right back at it with Apple and Amazon. So see where it goes. But yeah, I will be keeping an eye on things today. Google will probably be the only play as it's dropping as I am about to end this. But yeah, we'll see where we go from here. And I appreciate you guys. I think we got up near 50 people today. So appreciate you on a Fed day, which is big. A lot of people don't even look at the market on a Fed day. So we will see where we go. And yeah, guys, appreciate you. Talk to you guys soon. Freedom Team guys, I'll see you guys Friday. And YouTube guys, I'll see you guys next one. Your day. Enjoy the rest of the week. And I'll talk to you guys soon.